Hello there, and welcome to Calm Mind, where thoughts finally slow down. I'm so glad you found your way here tonight. Let me say something that might feel revolutionary, something you may have been waiting all year to hear. You don't need to fix yourself in January. You are not a project that failed last year. You are not broken machinery that needs to be rebuilt every 12 months. You are not a problem requiring a solution, a rough draft waiting for revision, or a before picture desperate to become an after. You are a living being in a natural cycle. And right now, what you might need most is not transformation, but permission. Permission to simply be. Permission to rest. Permission to recognize that you were whole all along. If you've been scrolling through transformation posts and productivity tips, if you've been watching others declare their reinvention while you feel exhausted before you've even started, if the pressure to become a new you feels crushing rather than inspiring, you are not alone. And you are not wrong for feeling this way. If this journey brings you some peace, understanding, or permission to be gentler with yourself, like and subscribe. This helps guide others to this peaceful space. Leave a comment on what brought you here tonight. Your story might be exactly what another restless mind needs to hear. Return whenever you need to remind yourself about these truths. But for now, in this moment, your only task is to be here. Let your muscles release their tension. Feel your eyelids becoming pleasantly heavy. Allow your thoughts to slow and soften as we begin this journey together. The cultural machinery of January is loud. It tells you that who you were last year wasn't enough. It insists that staying the same is failure. It demands proof of change, evidence of growth, visible transformation on an arbitrary timeline that has nothing to do with your actual readiness or need. But tonight, we turn down that noise. Tonight, we question the premise. Tonight, we explore a radical alternative. What if you are already enough? What if the deepest wisdom for this moment is not change, but acceptance? What if the bravest thing you could do in January is refuse to apologize for being exactly who you are? This is not a meditation about self-improvement. This is not a journey toward becoming better, different, more. This is something else entirely. This is an exploration of wholeness, of enoughness, of the quiet, revolutionary act of looking at yourself exactly as you are and saying, yes, this, I am not broken. As you settle into whatever surface holds you, bed, floor, couch, feel the complete support beneath your body. Notice how you don't have to earn this support. You don't have to improve to deserve it. It simply holds you, unconditionally, exactly as you are right now. Your body is already doing this. Your lungs are breathing without requiring improvement goals. Your heart is beating without needing to set intentions. Your cells are functioning not because they resolve to be better cells this year, but because they are alive, and being alive means doing what living things do without self-judgment, without comparison, without the exhausting narrative of inadequacy. Breathe in slowly, deeply, drawing air into your chest and belly, and breathe out, releasing not just air but perhaps some of the pressure you've been carrying. The pressure to be different, to start fresh, to transform on schedule. Breathe it out and feel, even for just this moment, what it's like to exist without that weight. Tonight, we will spend 2.5 hours exploring something the productivity culture doesn't want you to know. That you contain inherent worth that has nothing to do with optimization. That rest is not something you earn through exhaustion. That being is not less valuable than becoming. That some seasons call for growth, and some seasons call for simply enduring, surviving, being present to what is. We will look at why January has become a month of manufactured pressure. We will examine the industries that profit from your self-criticism. We will explore what nature teaches us about cycles and seasons. We will discover that the trees don't apologize for being dormant in winter, that animals don't set resolutions before emerging from hibernation, that the earth itself rests without guilt. And we will ask the questions that matter. Who benefits when you believe you're broken? What becomes possible when you stop trying to fix yourself? What would you do with all the energy currently spent on self-improvement if you redirected it towards self-acceptance? If you're feeling resistance right now, if part of you is saying, "But I do need to change, there are things wrong with me," that's okay. That voice has been trained into you by countless messages, years of conditioning, a culture that profits from your dissatisfaction. We're not going to fight with that voice tonight. We're just going to give it permission to rest for a while, to take a break from its exhausting job of monitoring and judging and pushing. Because here's what's true. You can acknowledge that some things in your life might benefit from change while simultaneously recognizing that you, at your core, are not broken. You can want different circumstances without believing you are fundamentally flawed. You can hope for growth without requiring immediate transformation as proof of your worthiness. The difference is crucial. One path leads to gentle evolution in alignment with your actual readiness. The other leads to shame-driven striving that exhausts you and often leads nowhere except back to the belief that you've failed again. Tonight, we choose the first path. We choose gentleness. We choose to believe that you are already whole, already worthy, already enough. not as a future possibility contingent on change, but as a present reality that requires only recognition. So let yourself settle deeper now. Feel the weight of your body against the surface beneath you. Feel your shoulders dropping away from your ears. Feel your jaw unclenching, your forehead smoothing, your hands opening and releasing whatever they were symbolically holding. The plans, the pressure, the expectations, the timeline you've been racing against. You are safe here. You are held. And for the next 2.5 hours, you have permission to stop trying. Permission to stop improving. Permission to stop becoming and simply be. This is your sanctuary from the demands of January. This is your reminder that you are not a problem to be solved. In a world that constantly tells you that you're not enough, choosing to believe in your inherent wholeness is not complacency. It's rebellion. It's radical. It's brave. And tonight, you are brave enough to rest. Let's talk about how we got here. How January became the month of mandatory reinvention. How New Year, New You became not an invitation but a demand. There is a multi-billion-dollar industry built on the premise that you are not okay as you are. Gyms that offer January specials knowing most memberships will go unused by March. Diet companies that launch New Year campaigns designed to capitalize on your holiday guilt. Productivity apps, planners, courses, coaches, all selling the same basic message. You are insufficient, but our product can fix you. This is not conspiracy. This is simply capitalism doing what capitalism does, identifying insecurity and monetizing it. And January, with its culturally constructed narrative of fresh starts and new beginnings, is the perfect storm for selling transformation. But here's what they don't tell you. The transformation they're selling requires that you keep believing you're broken. If you ever truly accepted yourself, if you ever genuinely recognized your inherent worth, you would stop buying. Their profit model depends on your perpetual dissatisfaction. Think about the language of New Year's resolutions. New Year, New You literally suggests that the current you is inadequate, outdated, in need of replacement. Fresh start implies that where you are now is stale, spoiled, wrong. Transformation suggests that your current form is insufficient. And the timeline is arbitrary. January 1st is not cosmically significant. It's a date on a human-made calendar, a number we agreed upon to organize our collective life. The Earth doesn't reset on January 1st. Your body doesn't undergo some mystical renewal at midnight. Time is continuous. The distinction between December 31st and January 1st exists only in our cultural narrative. Yet we've imbued this arbitrary date with magical properties. We act as if crossing this threshold creates an opportunity that won't exist at any other moment. We pressure ourselves to feel different, to be different, to have everything figured out simply because the calendar changed. But what if you gave yourself permission to reject this narrative? What if you recognized that you can begin again on any Tuesday in March, any Thursday in July, any moment when you actually feel ready rather than when the calendar tells you it's time? The cultural pressure around New Year's is particularly insidious because it masquerades as positive. It presents itself as motivation, inspiration, encouragement. This is your year. You can do this. Become your best self. These sound supportive, but underneath is an assumption that you are not currently your best self, that this was not your year before, that you need to do something to become acceptable. And if you don't feel motivated by these messages, if you feel tired or resistant or overwhelmed, the culture has a response ready. You're lazy. You lack discipline. You don't want it enough. You're not committed. The problem, always, is located in you, never in the unrealistic expectations or the arbitrary timeline or the manufactured pressure. This is how the tyranny works. It sets up impossible standards, applies them universally regardless of individual circumstances, and then blames you personally when you don't meet them. And it does all of this while claiming to be helpful, inspirational, empowering. Let yourself feel, for a moment, the weight of this. All the years you started January full of determination and ended it full of shame. All the resolutions made and broken. All the times you believed that this year would be different if you just tried harder, wanted it more, had better discipline. All the self-blame for not transforming on schedule. And now, let yourself consider, what if none of that was your fault? What if the system was rigged from the start? What if you were set up to fail by expectations that had nothing to do with your actual needs, your actual rhythms, your actual humanity? You are not broken because you couldn't maintain impossible standards. You are not weak because you got tired of constant self-improvement. You are not failing because you don't want to transform yourself in the middle of winter when every signal from nature says this is a time for conservation, not expansion. The transformation industry needs you to believe that wanting rest means lacking ambition, that being content means settling, that accepting yourself means giving up. But these are false dichotomies designed to keep you consuming, striving, believing you're not enough. The truth is more nuanced and more liberating. You can rest and have ambition. You can be content and continue growing. You can accept yourself and make changes, but from a place of wholeness, not brokenness. From love, not shame. From readiness, not pressure. So as you lie here tonight, as you feel your body growing heavier and more relaxed, let yourself opt out of the tyranny. Let yourself recognize that you have been carrying expectations that were never yours, pursuing transformations that were never necessary, judging yourself by standards that were designed to be unattainable. You don't need to fight the transformation industry. You don't need to argue with the productivity culture. You just need to stop believing that your worth is contingent on your optimization. You just need to remember that you are a living being, not a product to be improved. And in the quiet space that opens when you stop trying to fix yourself, you might discover something remarkable. You were whole all along. Not perfect. Not without struggles or challenges or areas of growth. But whole. Complete. Worthy exactly as you are. There's another layer to this tyranny that's worth examining. The way social media amplifies January's pressure to transform. Because it's not just ads and marketing now. It's your friends, your acquaintances, everyone you follow, all posting about their new routines, their goals, their commitment to change. And you see these posts, and part of you thinks, I should be doing that too. Even if you don't want to. Even if you're exhausted. Even if every cell in your body is asking for rest. The comparison engine starts running, and suddenly your perfectly reasonable choice to not set resolutions feels like falling behind. But here's what you're not seeing in those posts: the context. You're not seeing whether they actually want these changes or feel pressured into them. You're not seeing how long they'll maintain them. You're not seeing the moments of doubt, exhaustion, or second-guessing. You're seeing the performance of transformation, not the messy reality. Social media rewards certain narratives: the fresh start, the dramatic change, the before and after. It doesn't reward I'm staying exactly as I am and learning to accept myself. It doesn't celebrate I'm resting this January because my body needs it. It doesn't like or share I'm opting out of the transformation narrative entirely. So if you're on social media in January, you're swimming in a current that flows in one direction, toward change, toward improvement, toward becoming. And swimming against that current, choosing rest, choosing acceptance, choosing to stay as you are, takes real strength. But remember, what you see on social media is not reality. It's curated performance. And you are under no obligation to perform your life for an audience. You are under no obligation to justify your choices or prove your worth through visible transformation. You can close the apps. You can take a break from the comparison. You can remember that your life is not content to be consumed by others, but an actual existence to be lived by you. And only you get to decide what that life needs, what serves you, what feels aligned with your truth. So let yourself breathe out the comparison. Breathe out the feeling of falling behind. Breathe out the pressure to perform transformation. And breathe in the simple truth. You are allowed to move at your own pace, in your own direction, according to your own needs, regardless of what anyone else is doing or posting or achieving. Your life is yours. Your body is yours. Your timeline is yours. And no amount of social media performance changes that fundamental fact. You are sovereign over your own existence, and you can choose rest even when the whole world seems to be choosing hustle. Feel that sovereignty now. Feel the power of choosing for yourself, of trusting yourself, of knowing that you don't owe anyone transformation, performance, or proof that you're working on becoming better. You only owe yourself honesty, gentleness, and respect for your actual needs. There's a story you've been telling about yourself. Maybe you've been telling it for so long that it feels like truth rather than narrative. The story goes something like this: there is something wrong with me that needs to be fixed. The specifics vary. Maybe it's your body, your productivity, your relationships, your emotions, your discipline, your success. But the underlying premise is the same. You are not okay as you are. You require correction, improvement, transformation. You are, essentially, broken. Tonight, I want to offer you a different story. Not to force you to believe it, not to shame you for the story you've been carrying, but simply to present an alternative that you can try on, see how it fits, see if perhaps it might be closer to truth than the narrative you've been living with. Here's the alternative story. You were never broken. You were always whole. Now, before you dismiss this as naive positivity or spiritual bypass, stay with me. Because you were never broken doesn't mean you never struggled. It doesn't mean you don't have challenges. It doesn't mean your life has been easy. It means something more specific and more profound. It means that struggling doesn't make you defective. It means that having challenges doesn't make you insufficient. It means that the difficulties you faced are evidence of being human in a difficult world, not evidence of being fundamentally flawed. Think of it this way. When a plant is wilting, we don't say the plant is broken. We say it needs water, or more light, or different soil. We understand that the plant is responding appropriately to inadequate conditions. The plant itself is not defective. The environment is lacking something the plant needs. But when you struggle, when you feel anxious or depressed or unmotivated or overwhelmed, the cultural narrative locates the problem inside you. You're broken. You need fixing. Something is wrong with you. Not with your job that demands too much, not with your relationships that drain you, not with a society structured in ways that make thriving difficult for most people. No, the problem is you. This is a convenient belief for systems that benefit from your compliance. If you're broken, you need to fix yourself to fit the system. If the system is broken, the system needs to change. Locating the problem in individuals rather than structures protects those structures from examination. But you are not a cog that needs adjustment to fit the machine. You are a living being with needs, limits, rhythms, seasons. And when those needs aren't met, when those limits are exceeded, when those rhythms are disrupted, you respond appropriately, with exhaustion, resistance, shutdown, overwhelm. These are not signs of brokenness. These are signs of a functioning system responding to unsustainable conditions. Your anxiety is not a malfunction. It's information. Your exhaustion is not weakness. It's a signal that something in your life is extracting more than is sustainable. Your resistance to self-improvement might not be laziness. It might be wisdom saying, "I need rest," not optimization. When you reframe your struggles not as evidence of defectiveness but as appropriate responses to difficult conditions, everything shifts. You move from "what's wrong with me" to "what do I need?" From "how do I fix myself?" to "what needs to change in my circumstances, my relationships, my life structure. This doesn't mean you have no agency. It doesn't mean you're helpless. It means you stop directing all your energy toward fixing yourself and start directing some of it toward examining what might need to change around you. And that's a very different project. It also means you can have compassion for yourself. Not the condescending compassion of "it's okay that you're broken," but the genuine compassion of course you're struggling in these conditions. Anyone would be. You're not defective. You're responding appropriately to something difficult. Let yourself breathe into this possibility, that you were never broken. That your struggles are not proof of inadequacy but proof of humanity. That the story of brokenness was taught to you, imposed on you, but was never actually true. This might bring up grief. Grief for all the years spent believing you were fundamentally flawed. Grief for all the energy wasted on trying to fix something that wasn't broken. Grief for the ways you've been unkind to yourself, harsh, demanding, disappointed. If grief arises, let it. Grief is how we metabolize loss, even the loss of false beliefs that harmed us. And underneath the grief, there might be something else. Relief. Relief at the possibility that you don't have to fix yourself. Relief at permission to simply be. Relief at the recognition that you are, and have always been, fundamentally okay. Not perfect. Not without need for growth or change. But okay. Whole. Complete in your incompleteness. Enough in your ongoing becoming. The word whole doesn't mean finished. It doesn't mean static or unchanging. A forest is whole even as trees die and new ones grow. The ocean is whole even as waves rise and fall. Wholeness contains movement, change, cycles, seasons. It just doesn't contain brokenness. You can be whole and still evolving. You can be enough and still desiring growth. These are not contradictions. The difference is the starting point. Are you growing from brokenness toward wholeness? Or are you growing from wholeness toward more wholeness, from enough toward more? Not because you're insufficient, but because growth is what living things do when conditions permit. The first path is exhausting, shame-driven, and often leads nowhere except back to the belief that you've failed again. The second path is gentler, curious, responsive to actual readiness rather than external pressure. And it's available to you right now, in this moment, simply by recognizing what has always been true. You were never broken. You were always whole. So let yourself rest in this recognition. Feel your body, which is not a problem to be solved, but a living system doing its best with the conditions it's been given. Notice your breath, which continues without requiring your improvement. Sense your heartbeat, steady and patient, asking nothing of you except to be alive. You are not a project. You are not a problem. You are not a before picture. You are a living being, complete in this moment, worthy of rest, deserving of gentleness, enough exactly as you are. There's something else worth exploring here. The way we sometimes use diagnoses, labels, and psychological frameworks as evidence of brokenness rather than as tools for understanding. Maybe you have anxiety, depression, ADHD, trauma, or another condition that shapes your experience. These are real. They matter. They affect how you move through the world. But here's what's also true. Having a diagnosis doesn't mean you're broken. It means you have a particular neurology, a particular history, a particular set of circumstances that require particular support. The problem is that our culture often treats diagnosis as evidence of defectiveness, as if having ADHD means your brain is wrong, rather than simply being a brain that works differently and needs different conditions to thrive. As if having anxiety means you're malfunctioning, rather than having a nervous system that's appropriately responding to threat, even if that threat is often misperceived or historical. But a brain that works differently is not a broken brain. It's a brain that needs different conditions, different support, different understanding, and a nervous system that's been shaped by difficulty is not defective. It's a nervous system that learned to protect you in the best way it could, even if those protections sometimes cause problems now. So if you carry diagnoses, if you have conditions that make certain things harder for you, that doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're human, with a particular human experience, and you deserve accommodation, support, and understanding, not fixing, not shame, not pressure to be normal when normal was never defined with you in mind. The goal is not to become neurotypical, or to eliminate all symptoms, or to transform yourself into someone who doesn't struggle. The goal is to understand yourself, to work with your actual neurology and history rather than against it, to create conditions where you can thrive as you are, not as someone else thinks you should be. This might mean medication, therapy, accommodations at work, different relationship structures, more rest than other people need, different ways of organizing your life. None of this is failure. None of this is evidence that you're broken. It's evidence that you're paying attention to your actual needs and meeting them in ways that work for you. So let yourself release any shame you've been carrying about your diagnoses, your conditions, your differences. They are not marks of brokenness. They are part of your particular human experience. And you can honor them, work with them, accommodate them, without believing that they make you less than, insufficient, or in need of fixing. You are whole, even with your diagnoses. You are complete, even with your struggles. You are enough, exactly as you are, with whatever conditions or challenges you carry. Wholeness doesn't mean absence of difficulty. It means inherent worth regardless of difficulty. Let's talk about what nature is doing right now, in January, while the productivity culture is screaming about transformation and fresh starts and new beginnings. In the Northern Hemisphere, January is deep winter. The earth is cold. The days are still short. The trees stand bare. Seeds lie dormant underground. Animals hibernate or move slowly, conserving energy. The whole natural world is doing the same thing. Resting, conserving, waiting. Nature is not setting intentions in January. Nature is not resolving to grow faster or produce more or become a better version of itself. Nature is sleeping. And this is not failure. This is wisdom. Because nature understands something that productivity culture has forgotten. There are seasons for growth and seasons for rest, and trying to grow in rest season is not ambition, it's foolishness. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of how life actually works. The trees don't apologize for being dormant in winter. They don't feel guilty about not producing leaves or fruit. They don't compare themselves to trees in the southern hemisphere where it's currently summer and think, I should be doing more. They simply trust that this is their season for conservation, and they do what that season requires. But you live in a culture that has divorced itself from seasonal wisdom. You live under artificial lights that make every hour feel like midday. You exist in climate-controlled environments that make every season feel like spring. You're surrounded by global connections that mean someone, somewhere is always awake and productive, creating a constant baseline of activity to which you compare yourself. And so you've lost the permission that animals and trees never needed to seek. The permission to rest according to season, to slow according to your body's rhythms, to recognize that some months call for growth and some months call for conservation. January is a winter month. For many people in the Northern Hemisphere, it's the coldest, darkest month. Your body knows this. Your nervous system knows this. Your energy levels know this. You are programmed by millions of years of evolution to slow down in winter, to conserve, to rest deeply. But the cultural narrative says, New year, fresh start, transformation, set goals, become more, do more, be more. And so you find yourself in a painful contradiction. Your body is asking for rest, your culture is demanding expansion, and you blame yourself for the conflict, believing that if you were strong enough, disciplined enough, committed enough, you could override your own biology. But you can't. Not sustainably. You can force yourself to grow in winter for a while, but it comes at a cost. Exhaustion, burnout, depletion. Because you're working against your nature, against your rhythms, against the wisdom that trees never question but humans have forgotten. What if you gave yourself permission to be seasonal? To recognize that January might not be your month for fresh starts and new beginnings? To trust that growth will come when conditions are right, when there's more light, more warmth, more energy, and that forcing it now serves no one? This doesn't mean you do nothing. Trees in winter are still alive, still functioning, still preparing for spring in ways we can't see. Their roots are growing deeper underground. Their systems are consolidating resources. They're doing important work. It just doesn't look like the visible, impressive growth of spring and summer. Maybe that's what you need in January too. Not visible transformation, but deep work, inner consolidation, root growth, rest that allows for future expansion. The kind of work that doesn't photograph well for Instagram, that can't be tracked in a productivity app, that won't impress anyone, but that is absolutely essential for long-term thriving. There's a concept in agriculture called fallow fields. Farmers intentionally leave fields unplanted for a season to allow the soil to restore its nutrients. If you plant the same field every season without rest, eventually the soil becomes depleted and nothing will grow, no matter how much you force it. You are not so different from a field. If you're constantly producing, constantly growing, constantly transforming without seasons of rest and restoration, eventually you become depleted. And then no amount of forcing, no amount of discipline, no amount of new planning systems or morning routines will help, because the problem isn't your effort, it's that you need rest, and rest can't be optimized or hustled into existence. So what if this January, instead of planting new goals and demanding immediate growth, you let yourself lie fallow? What if you trusted that this rest isn't laziness but restoration? That doing less isn't giving up but preparing? That staying where you are isn't stagnation but consolidation? Feel your body now, in this moment. It's not asking you to transform. It's asking you to rest. Your muscles are heavy. Your breath is slow. Your mind is drifting. This is not a problem to be solved. This is exactly what winter wisdom looks like. The forest is sleeping under snow. The seeds are quiet in cold earth. The bears are dreaming in their caves. And you, part of this natural world despite living in a culture that tries to separate you from it, you can sleep too. You can rest. You can trust that spring will come, that growth will happen, that you don't need to force anything right now. This is not giving up. This is aligning with reality. This is working with your nature instead of against it. This is the kind of wisdom that has sustained life on Earth for billions of years, and it's available to you right now if you're brave enough to claim it. So rest now. Let January be what it actually is, a winter month calling for conservation, not expansion. Let yourself be what you actually are, a seasonal being needing rest as much as growth. And trust that when your spring comes, whenever that is, whatever that looks like, you will have the energy to grow, because you didn't exhaust yourself forcing growth in winter. Let's go deeper into what hibernation actually means, and why your body might be asking for its own version of it right now. When animals hibernate, their metabolic rate drops dramatically. Their heart rate slows. Their body temperature decreases. They're not being lazy. They're not lacking motivation. They're responding to environmental conditions, cold, darkness, scarcity of food, by conserving energy until conditions improve. This is sophisticated biological wisdom, not weakness. The bear that tries to stay active all winter doesn't survive. The bear that honors the season, that retreats into the cave, that lets its body slow down, that's the bear that emerges healthy in spring. You don't hibernate in the literal sense, but your body does have similar responses to winter. You might sleep more, need more warmth, crave heavier foods, feel less motivated to socialize. These aren't character flaws. These are appropriate biological responses to seasonal conditions. But instead of honoring these responses, instead of recognizing them as wisdom, you might push through them. Set your alarm earlier to maximize productivity. Force yourself to maintain summer's social calendar. Drink more coffee to override your body's request for rest. Shame yourself for not having the energy you had in June. And your body keeps sending signals. I'm tired. I need rest. I need warmth. I need quiet. I need less, not more. But the signals get interpreted through a cultural lens that says rest is weakness, that slowing down is failure, that listening to your body means lacking discipline. What if you listened instead? What if you honored the signals? What if you recognized that your body's request for rest in January is not a problem to overcome but intelligence to respect? This might mean going to bed earlier, saying no to social obligations that drain you, choosing staying in over going out, eating warming, nourishing foods, spending time in quiet, moving more slowly, doing less, resting more. And it might mean releasing the guilt about all of this, because there's nothing to feel guilty about. You're not being lazy. You're not wasting time. You're not falling behind. You're participating in the same seasonal rhythm that every living thing on Earth participates in. You're honoring your biology. You're working with your nature instead of against it. The bear doesn't emerge from the cave in January feeling guilty for having rested. The bear emerges in spring, rested and ready, because it trusted the wisdom of its own body and the season it was in. You can do the same. So give yourself permission for your own version of hibernation. Not literal sleep all winter, but a gentler pace. More rest, more quiet, more warmth, more nourishment, less pushing, less forcing, less productivity theatre, less pretending you have summer energy in the middle of winter. Your body knows what it needs. It's been sending you signals. Maybe you've been overriding them, ignoring them, shame them, but they're still there, patient, waiting for you to listen. And tonight, in this quiet darkness, you can finally hear them. Rest, conserve, wait. Winter will pass, spring will come, but only if you survive winter, and you survive winter by honoring what winter asks of you: rest. Here's a question that might feel almost dangerous. What if nothing about you needs to change? Not eventually. Not after you work on yourself. Not once you reach some milestone of growth or healing or development. But right now. What if, in this present moment, you are already exactly what you need to be? This question isn't asking you to pretend your life is perfect. It's not asking you to deny that there might be circumstances you'd like to be different. It's asking something more specific. What if you, your core self, your essential being, is not the problem that needs solving? We spend so much energy trying to change ourselves, trying to be more disciplined, more productive, more positive, more social, more focused, more creative, more calm, more whatever we've decided we're not enough of. And underneath all this trying is an assumption that who we currently are is insufficient. But what if that assumption is wrong? What if the exhaustion you feel isn't because you're not trying hard enough, but because you're trying to be something you're not? What if the constant self-improvement project is actually preventing you from discovering who you already are when you're not busy trying to be different? There's a phrase in Buddhism, original face. It refers to who you were before you learned who you were supposed to be. Before you absorbed messages about how you should act, what you should want, who you should become. Before the layers of should covered over the simple fact of your being. Children have this quality naturally. Watch a toddler and you see someone who simply is, fully present to their experience, responsive to their needs, unapologetic about their existence. They cry when sad, laugh when delighted, rest when tired, eat when hungry. They don't wonder if they should be different. They just are. Then we teach them that being isn't enough, that they need to become, need to improve, need to control themselves, hide parts of themselves, perform versions of themselves that are more acceptable. And by the time they're adults, they've completely forgotten what it felt like to simply be, without the constant background noise of self-judgment and Underneath all the layers of learned should and must and have to, that original face still exists. Not as something you need to work toward or heal your way back to, but as something present right now, just covered over by accumulated beliefs about who you're supposed to be. What if you didn't change a single thing about yourself this year? What if you stayed exactly as you are? Same habits, same struggles, same tendencies, same everything. Who would you disappoint? And more importantly, why do you care about disappointing them? Often, the people we fear disappointing are the voices of internalized expectations. Not actual people in our lives who love us as we are, but abstract standards we've absorbed from media, family history, cultural narratives, comparison. Voices that were never really about us, that don't actually know us, that are speaking from their own fears and needs rather than from any real understanding of what we need. And we've given these voices so much power. We've let them convince us that we're not okay, that we need to be different, that our worth is contingent on transformation. But what if we revoked their authority? What if we said, gently but firmly, I appreciate your input, but I'm going to trust myself on this one? Imagine, just for a moment, a year in which you changed nothing. You kept your current routines, your current body, your current life, but you changed your relationship to all of it. Instead of seeing yourself as a project that failed, you saw yourself as a person simply living. Instead of constantly monitoring for what needs fixing, you simply observed with curiosity and compassion. What would become possible? Maybe you'd have more energy, because you wouldn't be exhausting yourself with constant self-improvement. Maybe you'd be more present, because you wouldn't be comparing every moment to some ideal version. Maybe you'd discover that some of the things you thought you needed to change were actually fine, even good, when you stopped judging them. This doesn't mean you'd never grow or change. Humans change constantly. It's impossible not to. Cells regenerate, experiences accumulate, perspectives shift. Change is inevitable. But there's a difference between change that happens naturally, organically, when you're ready, and change that you force on yourself from a place of self-rejection. One kind of change feels like unfolding, like a flower opening when conditions are right. It's responsive, adaptive, aligned with your actual needs and readiness. The other kind feels like violence, like trying to force a rosebud open before its time. It tears, it damages, and often it prevents the natural blooming that would have happened if you'd simply waited and trusted. So what if you let yourself unfold rather than forcing yourself open? What if you trusted that change will happen when change is ready to happen, and that forcing it sooner serves no one? What if you believe that who you are right now is exactly who you need to be for this moment, and that this moment is the only one that actually exists? The future is not real. The you that you think you should become exists only in imagination. The only you that actually exists is this one, here, now, breathing, feeling, being. And this you is enough. Not someday. Not after improvement. Now. Right now. Exactly as you are. Let yourself feel that. Really feel it. Not as a concept, not as something you should believe, but as a direct experience. You, exactly as you are in this moment, are enough, complete, whole, worthy of rest, worthy of gentleness, worthy of existing without justification or improvement. What if nothing needs to change? What if the deepest change is recognizing that you were never broken? What if the transformation isn't becoming someone different, but becoming more fully yourself, the self that exists before all the shoulds, the self that knows how to simply be? That self is here. It's always been here. It's here right now, breathing slowly, sinking into rest, not asking anything of you except permission to exist as it is. Give it that permission. Not someday. Now. There's something radical about simply existing without justification, without productivity, without purpose beyond being alive. Let's explore that. You've been taught that your worth is tied to your output, to what you produce, what you achieve, what you contribute. That just existing, just being alive and taking up space, isn't enough. That you have to earn your place, justify your existence, prove your value through what you do. But trees don't produce anything in winter, and they're still valuable. Animals rest for months, and they're still worthy of existing. The earth cycles through dormancy, and no one questions whether it deserves to be here. Only humans have created this bizarre requirement that existence must be justified through constant productivity. What if you rejected that requirement? What if you claimed the same right that every other living thing has? The right to simply be, without needing to justify your existence, without needing to produce, without needing to prove your worth. This doesn't mean you never work, never create, never contribute. It means these things flow from your being rather than justifying your being. You work because you're alive and living things engage with the world, not because you need to earn your right to exist. You create because it emerges from you naturally, not because you're trying to prove your value. You contribute because you're part of a web of relationships, not because you're justifying taking up space. Can you feel the difference? One is heavy, pressured, never enough. The other is lighter, more natural, more aligned with how life actually works. One makes rest feel like theft, like you're stealing time that should be spent justifying your existence. The other makes rest feel like your birthright, like something you're entitled to simply because you're alive. So give yourself permission. Permission to exist without justification. Permission to rest without earning it. Permission to take up space without apologizing. Permission to be here, alive, breathing, simply because you are. You don't need a reason. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to be productive or useful or impressive or transformed. You just need to be. And that is enough. That has always been enough. That will always be enough. Feel yourself here, now, existing without trying to justify it. Just being. Just alive. Just present. This is your original state, before all the should and must and have to. This is what you are underneath all the layers of conditioning. This is your original face, meeting itself in the quiet darkness. And it's enough. You are enough. Simply by being here. Simply by existing. No changes needed. No improvements required. No transformation necessary. Just this. Just you. Just now. We've been taught that growth requires change. That staying the same is stagnation, complacency, giving up. But tonight, I want to suggest something different. Sometimes the deepest growth is staying exactly as you are while the world tries to convince you to be different. There is tremendous courage in saying, I am enough. In a culture that profits from your dissatisfaction, contentment is rebellion. In a society that demands constant optimization, acceptance is radical. In a world that insists you become more, being is revolutionary. Think about the pressure you face to change. It comes from everywhere: advertising, social media, well-meaning friends, family expectations, self-help culture, even spiritual communities that promise enlightenment if you just work hard enough on yourself. All of it carries the same message. Who you are is insufficient. You need to become different. And resisting that pressure, saying no, actually I'm okay as I am, requires real strength. Not the strength of striving and forcing and pushing, but the quieter, deeper strength of standing still while the current rushes past. The strength of knowing yourself well enough to distinguish between genuine inner calling toward growth and externally imposed pressure to change. Sometimes what looks like resistance to growth is actually wisdom protecting you from changes you're not ready for, that you don't actually want, that serve someone else's agenda rather than your own. Your nervous system knows when you're being pushed beyond your capacity. Your body knows when rest is more necessary than expansion. Your psyche knows when consolidation serves you better than transformation. But we've been taught not to trust these knowings. We've been taught that resistance means laziness, that contentment means settling, that acceptance means giving up. So we override our own wisdom, push past our limits, force changes we're not ready for, and then wonder why we feel depleted, disconnected, lost. What if you trusted yourself? What if you believed that when your whole being is saying not now, not this, I need to rest, that's not a failure but information? What if staying as you are, at least for now, is exactly what wisdom requires? There's a difference between staying the same out of fear and staying the same out of self-knowledge. Fear says, I can't change. Wisdom says, I don't need to change right now. Fear is constrictive. Wisdom is spacious. Fear closes down possibilities. Wisdom remains open while honoring present reality. You can acknowledge that growth might happen someday while also recognizing that today is not that day. You can hold space for future possibility while fully inhabiting present reality. You can say not now without it meaning not ever. And you can recognize that staying as you are doesn't mean nothing changes. You're still learning, experiencing, metabolizing life. You're still being shaped by your relationships, your work, your encounters with beauty and difficulty. Change is happening constantly at levels you can't see or control. The question is just whether you also need to be forcing visible, intentional transformation on top of all that natural change. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're already dealing with enough change just from being alive in a changing world. Maybe adding self-improvement projects on top of everything else you're navigating is not serving you. Maybe the bravest thing you can do right now is simply be present to your life as it is, to yourself as you are, without the constant background project of becoming different. This requires trust. Trust that you're not broken. Trust that your instincts about what you need are valid. Trust that if and when genuine change is called for, you'll know, and you'll have the resources to meet it. Trust that staying as you are right now doesn't mean staying this way forever. It just means respecting your own timing, your own readiness, your own wisdom about what serves you. And it requires courage, because staying as you are while the world demands transformation means facing disapproval, means risking judgment, means potentially disappointing people who have invested in your becoming different. But whose life is it? Whose body is navigating this world? Whose needs matter most when it comes to your own existence? You are allowed to prioritize your own well-being over others' expectations. You are allowed to move at your own pace. You are allowed to say no thank you to transformation narratives that don't resonate with your lived experience. You are allowed to be exactly who you are, for as long as you need to be this, without apology. This doesn't make you selfish. It makes you honest. And there's a profound gift in that honesty, for yourself and for others. Because when you're authentic about where you are, when you stop performing transformation you don't feel, you create space for others to be authentic too. You give them permission, through your example, to stop pretending, to stop forcing, to simply be. So let yourself feel the courage it takes to stay as you are, to resist the January pressure, to trust your own knowing over cultural narratives, to believe that you are enough, even when everything around you suggests otherwise. Feel your body now, heavy and relaxed, not striving toward anything, just being. This is what courage feels like when it's not performing. Quiet, grounded, still. Not the courage of warriors charging into battle, but the courage of trees standing through winter, of seeds waiting in cold earth, of all things that trust their own timing enough to resist premature emergence. Let's look more closely at those voices, internal and external, that insist you need to be different. Because understanding where they come from can help you decide whether they deserve your attention. Some voices come from people who genuinely care about you. Parents who want you to be happy. Friends who see you struggling and want to help. Partners who are trying to support your growth. These voices mean well, but they're still speaking from their own perspective, their own fears, their own understanding of what happiness or success looks like. They might not understand that what looks like stagnation to them feels like necessary rest to you. They might not see that what appears to be avoidance is actually self-protection. They might be projecting their own need for change onto you, not recognizing that you're on a different timeline, in a different season. You can appreciate their care while still trusting your own judgment. You can say, "Thank you for caring about me, and also I'm going to make my own decisions about what I need right now." Love doesn't require obedience to others' visions for your life. Then there are the voices that don't care about you at all. The advertising, the influencers, the entire industry built on manufactured inadequacy. These voices aren't speaking to you as an individual. They're speaking to a demographic, a market segment, a potential customer. They don't know you. They don't care about your actual well-being. They only care about convincing you that you need what they're selling. These voices are easy to dismiss once you see them clearly. They have no authority over your life. They have no insight into what you actually need. They're just noise, and you can turn down the volume or turn them off entirely. But the hardest voices to contend with are the internalized ones. The voices that sound like you, that feel like your own thoughts, but that are actually echoes of messages you absorbed long ago. The voice of your critical parent. The voice of the culture you grew up in. The voice of every teacher who said you weren't trying hard enough, every peer who made you feel less than, every experience that taught you that you needed to be different to be acceptable. These voices are tricky because they feel like truth. They feel like insight, like accurate assessment, like your own wisdom speaking. But they're not. They're old programming. They're internalized judgments. They're the accumulated weight of years of being told, in countless subtle and not so subtle ways, that you weren't enough. And you can learn to recognize these voices. They have a particular quality. Harsh, unforgiving, absolute. They speak in shoulds and musts. They compare you to impossible standards. They never acknowledge context, never consider your limitations or circumstances, never offer compassion. They just criticize, judge, demand. When you notice these voices, you don't have to fight them. You don't have to argue or prove them wrong. You can simply acknowledge, oh, there's that old programming again. There's that internalized criticism. I hear it. And I don't have to believe it. You can thank these voices for trying to protect you in the only way they knew how, by pushing you to be acceptable, by trying to prevent rejection, by attempting to keep you safe through constant improvement. They meant well, in their own harsh way. But they're operating from an outdated understanding of what you need. What you need now is not more criticism, more pushing, more demands to change. What you need is kindness, acceptance, permission to be exactly as you are. And you can give yourself that permission, even when the internalized voices protest. Here's something the transformation culture doesn't want you to consider. Your so-called imperfections might actually be gifts. The things you think you need to fix might be the very things that make you human, relatable, real. Your sensitivity that you think is weakness, it might be what allows you to connect deeply with others, to create beautiful things, to notice what others miss. Your tendency to overthink that you judge as anxiety, it might be what makes you thoughtful, careful, capable of seeing complexity. Your need for rest that you shame as laziness, it might be your body's wisdom protecting you from burnout. What if the things you're trying to eliminate are actually part of your particular genius? What if optimizing yourself means removing the very qualities that make you uniquely you? What if becoming better actually means becoming more generic, more acceptable, more like everyone else, and therefore less yourself? The Japanese have a concept called wabi-sabi, the appreciation of imperfection, impermanence, and incompleteness. They see beauty in the crack in a tea bowl, wisdom in the weathered wood of an old temple, authenticity in asymmetry and roughness. They understand that perfection is sterile, lifeless, inhuman. Your imperfections are your wabi-sabi. They're what make you real rather than perfect. They're evidence of your humanness, your history, your particular journey through a difficult world. They're not flaws to be eliminated, but features to be appreciated, or at least accepted with gentleness rather than shame. This doesn't mean you never work on anything. It means you distinguish between changes that make you more authentically yourself and changes that make you more acceptable to others. It means you honor what's actually true about you rather than forcing yourself to fit a template of what you think you should be. Maybe your natural rhythm is slower than the culture demands, and that's not a flaw, it's just your rhythm. Maybe you need more solitude than seems normal, and that's not antisocial, it's how you recharge. Maybe you feel things deeply in a world that values staying cool, and that's not being too sensitive. It's being alive. So what if this January, instead of trying to fix your imperfections, you simply made peace with them? What if you stopped seeing yourself as a before picture and started seeing yourself as a complete, complex, imperfect, perfectly human being who doesn't need to be different to be worthy? What if your imperfections are not obstacles to your wholeness but expressions of it? What if being whole doesn't mean being perfect but means being integrated? All of you, the parts you like and the parts you struggle with, held together in acceptance rather than divided by judgment. You are whole. Not despite your imperfections, but including them. They're part of the package, part of what makes you you. And you, all of you, exactly as you are enough. In a world obsessed with progress, productivity, and perpetual improvement, staying as you are is not passive, it's defiant. Let's honor that defiance. Every time you rest when the culture tells you to hustle, you're resisting. Every time you accept yourself when the industry tells you you're insufficient, you're rebelling. Every time you trust your own timing when everyone else is racing ahead, you're taking a stand. This is not the dramatic resistance of protests or confrontations. This is the quiet resistance of simply being, of refusing to participate in the game of constant self-optimization, of opting out of the competition to become more. And it takes courage because it's lonely. When everyone around you is talking about their goals, their progress, their transformations, and you're simply saying, "I'm okay as I am," you can feel isolated. You can feel like you're missing something, falling behind, not getting it. But you're not missing anything. You're seeing through something. You're recognizing that the emperor has no clothes, that the constant push for more is exhausting and often meaningless, that being is not less valuable than becoming. And by standing still, by staying as you are while the current rushes past, you become a kind of anchor for others. You give them permission, through your example, to question whether they really want to be caught in that current. You offer an alternative. What if we just didn't? What if we just stayed here, in this moment, as we are, and called that enough? This is not giving up. This is choosing differently. This is saying that your life is yours to live according to your own values, your own timing, your own sense of what matters. It's claiming your sovereignty over your own existence in a world that wants to tell you exactly how to be. So feel the courage it takes to stay as you are. Feel the strength required to resist pressure, to trust yourself, to opt out of transformation culture. Feel the quiet power of simply being in a world that demands constant becoming. You have this courage. You've always had it. It's not something you need to develop or earn. It's your birthright as a living being with your own rhythm, your own season, your own path. And you can claim it right now, in this moment, simply by releasing the pressure to be anything other than exactly what you are. The world will continue to demand transformation. The culture will continue to sell solutions to problems you don't have. The voices, internal and external, will continue to suggest you're not enough as you are. But you don't have to believe them. You don't have to let them define your worth or dictate your path. You can simply be. And being, it turns out, takes tremendous courage. The courage to exist without justification. The courage to rest without earning it. The courage to stay as you are while the world tries to change you. You have that courage. You're demonstrating it right now, just by being here, by giving yourself this time, by saying, if only for these hours, that you're enough as you are. Trust that courage. It knows things that the striving, forcing, improving part of you has forgotten. It knows that you are already whole, already worthy, already, completely, enough. You are enough. You have always been enough. And you can rest now in that truth. And so we come to the end of this journey, though really it's not an ending but a continuation. Because the truth we've been exploring tonight, that you don't need to fix yourself, that you are already whole, that you are enough exactly as you are. This truth doesn't end when the meditation ends. It continues, available to you in every moment, waiting for your recognition. You've spent 2.5 hours here, giving yourself permission to rest from the pressure of transformation. You've explored the tyranny of January's demands. You've questioned the narrative of brokenness. You've remembered nature's seasonal wisdom. You've considered what becomes possible when nothing needs to change. You've felt the courage of staying exactly as you are. And now, as you drift closer to sleep, as consciousness begins to dissolve into dreams or darkness, you can carry this understanding with you. Not as something you have to remember or apply or work at, but as something that simply becomes part of how you meet yourself. With more gentleness, more acceptance, more trust that you are, and have always been, enough. If this journey brings you some peace, understanding, or permission to be gentler with yourself, like and subscribe. This helps guide others to this peaceful space. Leave a comment on what brought you here tonight. Your story might be exactly what another restless mind needs to hear. Return whenever you need reminding of these truths. Tomorrow, the world will still be there with its demands and pressures and suggestions that you need to be different. But you'll also be there, with this quiet knowing that you don't have to believe those messages. That you can choose gentleness over striving. That you can choose acceptance over transformation. That you can choose to simply be exactly as you are. And that this is not giving up, it's the deepest kind of wisdom. So sleep now, if sleep comes. Rest in your wholeness. Let your body soften completely. Let your mind release its grip on all the ways you think you should be different. Let yourself simply be. Without judgment. Without pressure. Without the exhausting project of self-improvement. You are enough. You have always been enough. You will wake up tomorrow still enough. Regardless of what you do or don't do. change or don't change. Become or don't become. This is not something you can lose. This is not contingent on your performance. This is simply true. Has always been true. Will always be true. You are enough. You are whole. You are exactly what you need to be. Right now. in this moment. Rest in that truth. Let it hold you as you sleep. Let it be the ground beneath you. The air around you. The quiet certainty that remains. When everything else falls away. You don't need to fix yourself in January. You don't need to fix yourself ever. You are not broken. You never were. Sleep now, whole one. Sleep in your enoughness. Sleep in your worth. Sleep knowing that you are held. You are seen. You are exactly as you should be. And when you wake, may you remember you don't need to be different to be enough. You just need to be. And until we meet again, for another journey into rest. Another opportunity to remember. That you are whole. May your sleep be deep. May your rest be complete. And your dreams be gentle. May you wake knowing you were never broken.